Growing up with my grandma was a great experience for me. I was very thankful to have her in my life and to always be there for me, and she still is to this day. When I was growing up, my dad worked in construction, therefore he worked long hours through the day, so I spent a lot of time with my grandma. I think that's one reason why we became so close.
When Andrea was growing up, she was a very active child. She was a very cute little girl, and I used to take her to town, and anything you put on her, she looked good in. When she got older, she played softball and she played volleyball. She did very well in school. Our relationship is very close.
After I graduated high school, I started working for Signs by Design. I've worked there for 18 years. I started out just being a helper, and then I moved to working in the back in the sign area, actually producing the signs, and I've moved up to managing the company and all the projects that we have going on.
Andrea started working for us right out of high school as an intern. She became very interested in the sign business and eventually grew to become one of our best managers. Andrea has always been extremely loyal to our company, and that's when we realized that, yes, she was a keeper. She was going to be around a long time.
When I was 27, I started having some problems with my eye. It was going out of focus, and it was almost like I was cross-eyed just in one eye. So I went to a neurologist, and they said that I had optoneuritis, which is a symptom of MS. So I had some testing done, an MRI and a spinal tap, and the results confirmed that I had MS. I went to see my grandma after I found out, and we all were very upset because none of us really knew much about it, so we kind of had to learn as time went on from seeing specialists and talking to people that, you know, knew about it.
I really don't know how I felt. I just told her we'd take care of it.
My dad was in denial when I told him. He didn't want to believe it. I think he was probably scared, and he didn't know anything about it as well. So I went back to work after I found out, and I told everyone what was going on. They all were very concerned and supportive and upset that I had to deal with something like that.
Right from the beginning, Andrea knew we would work with her through this disease. We're all family here. So if she needed to take time, go to a doctor in Indianapolis, or take time off for something that's not feeling right, she had absolutely all the freedom she needed to do that.
We're like a family there, and we always try to be supportive and be there for each other. One of those people that are supportive of me is my fiance. I did have an issue here recently, and it was his first experience with my MS. He was very concerned. I think he was a little scared because he didn't really know much about it. He was very caring, and he took me to the hospital to, you know, get it taken care of, and he checked on me as much as possible, even when he was at work, and always told me if I needed anything that he would leave work and come, you know, help me.
Andrea's a great girl. She's full of energy, very optimistic, always puts 110% in everything she does. You know, people are just really drawn to her. I knew that, you know, it was the right decision to ask her to marry me. I met Andrea through my mom. They went to church together, and she told me about this great girl that she'd want to kind of set me up with. We decided to go out and just really hit it off, and everything kind of just went from there. My mom had told me she had MS before I ever met her. It wasn't really an issue at all. I just loved her to death. We're getting married in October. We're going to be very happy together. I want her to know how I feel about her on the inside. I don't think a lot of times it comes across as clearly as I would like to, but you know, I'm just absolutely crazy about her.
My grandma and my grandpa and my dad raised me, and they were my three best friends, and I couldn't ask for better people to be a huge part of my life. I wish my grandpa could be here right now. When I get married, I know my grandpa would be very happy to be a part of that, and unfortunately he's not here, but he'll be with me spiritually. In the past 9 years that I've been dealing with MS, I've been pretty well. I haven't had too many issues. Back in 2012, I had a couple relapses where I couldn't walk and I had to go to the emergency room. I sometimes wondered why this happened to me, why I have to deal with this. Then I always look at it that it could be worse. I could have some other issue that I would have to deal with. I control it very well. I still live a pretty normal lifestyle. Every once in a while I overdo things and I get a little down. I've never gave up and I never will give up.